You know, some people age like a fine wine, and some people age like a can of special brew left on a hot windowsill. Whichever one you are, get ready to talk about those pesky little emotions of yours, because it's time for another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings. Please welcome your host, Sam Lake. It was me the whole time. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of I've Had a Rosé, Let's Talk About Feelings, where me and a wonderful guest enjoy a drink of their choice and talk about something they're passionate about and see how it connects to their feelings. And today my guest is the wonderful Celya AB.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Now can I ask, I've always wanted to ask you this, because AB, right, am I right in thinking that actually stands for bees? And you changed it because every time you introduced it onto stage, people kept getting scared.
You're not going to believe how accurate this is. This is 100% what happened.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of gigs near bees at the beginning.
Right, of course, yeah.
And then I just went with it.
Yeah.
And a question for you, I've always wondered that. Sam Lake.
Yeah, go on.
Sam Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your real name or is that a stage name?
It is my real name.
It's your real name.
And it's annoying because, and I've mentioned this on the pod before, and if he's listening, know that I am coming for you in
God?
Finland. It's God. It's God.
Don't mind there.
There's another Sam Lake from Finland, and he makes video games, and he's quite famous. Mm-hmm. And his real name is not Sam Lake, but he changed it.
Is this not the podcast for the guy in Finland?
Are you here to talk about Alan Wake too?
Yeah, that's what I was here for.
Yeah,
Are you not
okay.
the Finland?
No, that's fine. No, I'll go. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Short episode this week. No, he makes video games, very popular, but he changed his name to Sam Lake because his name, people would mispronounce it all the time because it's a Finnish name, so people will always say it wrong. So he just changed it to something more anglicised so that more people would get it.
I think you should do something about it.
I'm working on it because
Yeah?
people email my website, and at first it's a really lovely email that says something like, "Oh, can I just say I'm a huge fan of your work and you've got such a knack for storytelling in your work?" And I go, I guess I do have a knack for storytelling, actually. And they say, like, "I'd love to interview you for a project I'm doing about legends of Finnish culture." And then I'm like, when do you want me?
I think there'll be no camera on the Zoom.
Yeah. I
think you should do it.
I don't even know what a Finnish accent sounds like.
Well, before we started recording, I was saying that I was really good at accents and everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, they are, actually.
So I reckon a Finnish accent would be like...
Yeah?
Hello. Like, you're laughing because you've never met a Finnish person, but it's actually...
I think it's also just because, like, this Finnish person is obviously quite horny.
Yeah.
They're like,
but I called
hello.
Finnish, what do you expect?
The F stands for fuck. Well, good. Glad we've cleared up the names.
Yes.
Everyone here legally.
It's the perfect intro to a podcast, I would
Isn't
say.
it? Isn't it perfect? Do you know what? That'll make a lovely clip, that will. Mm-hmm. Lovely clip.
I was saying I've never listened to the podcast, but I'm a big fan of the clips.
No, and you see that I don't like, yeah, great. People love the clips.
I think there's no real podcasts out there. I think that it's all people just book a studio and record a clip.
But no, that is what they do. You know there's that one guy who you must have seen the TikTok where he's just like, no, you're an idiot if you think there are only 24 hours in a day. I do 3 days in a day.
Yes.
Yeah. Not a real podcast. They just filmed the space and record the clips and then put those up. The podcast doesn't exist.
That's so funny.
Doesn't exist.
That's so funny. I'm obsessed with that guy. Where is it? Is it 6 to 12? That's day one.
Yeah, that's day one.
12 to 6, day two.
And he starts at 6 to 12. It's like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. Me and my wife get up and we spend some quality time together by doing 2 hours of CrossFit. And then at 8 o'clock, we both make a smoothie. And then 8:45 to 8:47, I spent quality time with 3 of my kids.
Have you seen the guy that shouts in his car before? The guy that's like, "You're worth it."
Dad?
Have you seen?
He shouts in his car.
He shouts in his car. There's piano in the background, and he does like monologues where he's like, "I'll never be the same without you."
I haven't, but I need the link to it after this.
I'll send you. Actually, I realized recently, because I'm quite new to TikTok, and it's quite dangerous to talk about a TikTok that you've seen because it says so much about your algorithm and who you are.
Don't worry, I get so many paedophile hunting videos. So don't worry, no one's algorithm is more disturbing than mine. Yeah.
What do you like about them?
I love an underdog story. Sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't support them. I don't. No, what's come up on TikTok?
You have to say
I don't support them.
Just to clarify.
Chris Hansen, you're doing God's work. Godspeed.
What are we talking about?
Something about TikTok. We'll get to the format of the show in just a second. Don't worry.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm very mischievous on podcasts, by the way.
Okay, you are a laugh. Oh, they do say that when she's not talking in various accents. Oh, she loves a laugh.
She loves
a laugh. No, how are you?
I am good.
I've not seen you since Bristol.
We finished each other's
And
sentences.
we mustn't talk about Bristol.
So let's talk about Bristol.
No, we did that very lovely preview together.
Yeah, and I saw the first 15 minutes of your show, and I felt bad because my show that I did before ends on quite a sad note, and then there was an interval, and then your show, and
and I quite early in mine say like, this is a show about my mum dying.
I think that the audience in Bristol that night was like, what the fuck is going on?
Jesus Christ. Can someone just like talk about blowjobs or something?
Both shows.
But that is how my mum died, so.
Yeah, giving blowjobs. Please say more. How did it?
Wish I wasn't very good at it. This is weird. We've started
So weird.
We've started
the Chloe Pets episode wasn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they got a good 2 hours of trauma.
Yeah, but I think it was quite a nice. I had a lovely time, and I don't often see you, Sam. I think this might be maybe I want to say, is it the 5th time probably we're in the same room?
Probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because the times before that. I remember once it maybe like I won't say the name of the club because everyone hates them now, but the club that the club that has issues. Yeah, it's the club, not the club. And oh god, maybe like Stamptown a couple of years ago.
That's about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Do we know each other?
We're sat so close to each other, and we don't know. We don't know anything about
Don't know anything about each other. It's fine. I don't need to. I'll get to know you. All right.
Let's do that.
Let's talk about cheers to that. Let's talk about your beverage. So you don't drink. You don't drink alcohol.
So
or any liquids.
You're
very thirsty.
Like a raisin.
Yeah. When you got here, we were like, "Do you want a glass of water?" And you're like, "Whoa,
absolutely not. I'm just a raisin that vapes. That's what I. That's my entire
nice
personality.
vapey raisin. Yeah.
I don't. It's not like there's no real story as to why I don't really drink.
Yeah.
I drink sometimes, but I think it makes me. It's not often that I can drink and then it makes the night better for me. Because if I drink, I tend to immediately fall asleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is why I do a lot of cocaine. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I will say I don't do cocaine.
Especially
and
not
he doesn't
with
like
pedophiles.
Yeah. This is you could show this on Disney.
Yeah. You could show this on Disney. This is the second series of She-Hulk. Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like, I tell you what, I like a Guinness. That's nice.
Alcohol-free Guinness.
Even a real Guinness.
Even a real Guinness.
But again, immediately, like, after one pint, I start getting sleepy, like, real
That's
sleepy.
interesting. So it's really just for sort of medical reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got stuff to do. I can't go for a nap right now.
Yeah, and I think I get really sad hangovers as well. Like I get such strong, sad hangovers, and I've got stuff on. I've got stuff to do. I can't be sad.
Got stuff on.
I've got stuff to do. Like I've always admired the way people who can like drink, like day drink and drink throughout the night, and they're still awake.
Yeah, there's something about that though that it's just like when you wake up in the morning and you've drunk a lot, not slept much, and you feel fine, you do feel a bit like, oh my God, I got away with it.
Yeah.
Like you feel a bit like you almost have like survivor's guilt. I can't believe I made it.
And you're still drunk, really?
Well, yeah, you're still drunk,
Yeah.
and then actually the hangover just comes a bit later. You've just not slept it off yet.
What's your favourite drink to drink on a night out?
On a night out, so my favourite drink to drink would probably be a rosé.
I think that's respectable.
Respectable.
Yeah.
If it's on a night out, though, I'll do anything.
Do you ever do rosé, bit of ice, lemonade?
No, like a spritz kind of thing.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
It's so delicious.
Yeah.
It's like, also like when it comes to alcoholic drink, I'm such a child. Like I want like sugar.
Yeah, same. Yes, give me. Do you know what? For New Year's Eve, me and David bought a bottle of Smirnoff Ice. It's delicious. No, I mean, children like it for a reason. It's nice. It's good. It was that or a blue WKD.
That's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
But I don't think I even have thought about Smirnoff Ice in a long time.
No, I know.
Did you mix it?
With what? No, there's alcohol already in it, though.
Oh, yeah, of course there is. It's
Yeah.
no.
It's not like there is a woman, again, on TikTok. I think
Never
her
heard
name's
of-
Danielle Walsh. What? Oh, that paedophile? There's a woman on it who she makes like really strong drinks for herself and films her making them. And she goes like, right, tonight for praise, here's what we're drinking. And then she'll pour like a big glass, half of it vodka,
Yeah.
half of it, it's called like dragon soup. It's like an alcoholic
Dragon soup.
caffeinated drink. And then she'll tip the tiniest little bit of like VK or Smirnoff Ice or whatever,
Yeah.
just a dribble of it in the top. Then she'll mix it all up with. She's got her own straws because normal straws aren't like girthy
Strong.
enough for her, so she has to have a wider one so she can drink it all in one go.
Wow.
And then she'll drink it all in one go and be like, "Ugh, "That is right up my street."
When I used to work in a pub, there used to be a guy who would come in the morning, and instead of ordering coffee, he would sip Jaeger bombs.
Sip them,
He would sip them, and I remember.
and it had to be with the Jaeger bombing the Red Bull. It
Yeah.
couldn't just be the bull.
What was so funny about it is that when you serve a Jaeger bomb, you have to do it with the theater of it. So you have to like put the little thing, and you have to like do it all. So
Yeah.
like to see like a man at 10 a.m. just like.
At 10 a.m. as well.
Yeah, and I did say to my boss, my manager at the time, I said, shall we stop serving him? Because clearly there's something going on with this guy. And then I went over to tell him, like, I think you should go
Yeah.
and stuff. And then he said, just one more. And I was like, all right. And then he tipped me £10. And then I kept serving him for the rest of the year. 'Cause, yeah, I was a very poor bartender. And the tips were like a tenner every time.
And then you spent all that money on cocaine.
To stay up for my shift. Actually, when I used to work I've worked in many pubs in my life, brag, and
Okay,
and
slay.
I am such an innocent soul when it comes to drug taking that I spent maybe a year working in a pub where everyone was walking around doing this just the whole time. And I thought, wow, these guys are so brave. They're working through colds and stuff.
Oh, what a good workout.
Good work ethic. And I was the only one drinking coffee. Nobody ever wanted a coffee. And I was like, am I weak like that? I need a coffee to work. No, they were all on coke, obviously.
All on cocaine.
100%. 100. Someone had powder on their nose one, and I was like, you got a bit of sugar. Like I was
You must have just had a powdered donut. Yeah. Yeah.
with the other cops.
Yes. Those cops and their jelly-filled donuts.
It's such a bad breakfast to solve crime.
Look, that dog's going wild. He must have found some donuts.
No, but do you know what I mean? If you're gonna solve crime, you don't want to have a sugar crash. If I have any admin to do in the day, I have a nutrition. They're solving crime. They're on
Yeah.
a sugar crash.
Please leave a comment below if we need to get a camera on producer Claire. This is a lot.
I think it gets exactly what it should, actually, that comment. I think it's just...
Yeah.
I'm a bit obsessed with Claire.
We all are. We all are. You okay, babe? And on the other side of the room, Ewan just checking his phone.
Yeah. Ewan, why don't you use your phone camera to get a reaction?
Oh dear. Well, it looks like we're just having an alcohol-free beer then. No cocaine, no sugar donuts for us. We're just being sensible. Do you like the Heineken one? I know you asked for a Lucky Saint. We have had Lucky Saint on this show before.
Oh, she's lovely.
She's lovely. Oh, she's lovely. Lovely Saint, yeah.
And why could you not source like you're saying today? Or was that a...
No, because we try and make it so that every guest has their own drink. It helps with your SEO.
Celya, that's my... That's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh, we're having a laugh.
I'm a bit... I associate Heineken...
Harry Kane. Oh, we're just struggling with names today, aren't we? That's not a terrible idea if they did Heineken, but replace it just for like when it's the Euros or something. You know, no, don't laugh because otherwise you won't be in the business deal. They could just replace it with Heineken Harry Kane. Think about it. Have a think about it. Do you know I've been to the Heineken factory?
Have you?
Yeah.
That's such...
And it's just Harry Kane
such a
stood next to
believable
it.
fact.
It's next to Do you just picture me there in just like a crop top and shorts, just being like, this isn't a Kim Petras concert.
I had to like recalibrate my reaction. Because you said, I've been to the Heineken factory, and I went, oh, really?
Because it's off-brand.
Yeah, it is quite off-brand.
I was on a lads' holiday to Amsterdam.
Went to a lad's holiday.
I know lads.
Yeah, of course you know that.
I mean, we don't talk that much anymore, but we had a lovely time.
What was it like, the factory?
Can I just say odd? Because they really want you to be like, oh, it's a magical process of making beer. Mm-hmm. It's not all that magical, but they give you like the hops and the barley and you can feel it. And they also want, I don't know if they're supposed to say this, but they're like, you can chew on it a little bit if you like. They're still talking about the hops and the barley. I don't think that person was
associated with the business.
Yeah. And he passed it through a hole in the toilet cubicle. It was very strange. But you can like chew on it and then everyone goes like, oh, it's very dry and quite hard to chew and swallow. And they go, yeah. And that's what we make beer out of. Isn't
beer just bread?
It's yeasty, yeah, because there's yeast in it.
I think that's mad. That's a loaf of bread.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not exactly a loaf.
No.
But like, I aim to be as versatile in my life as yeast is. Yeast?
Do you know what? Yeast is cunty.
Yeah.
It is.
Can I tell you something honest? Yes.
Yeah, I'd like you to start telling the truth.
I've been telling lies the whole time. I don't believe you've been to the Heineken factory.
Go on, tell me something shocking.
I have like a weird...
Hang on, should I put some Heineken in my mouth and do a spit take?
No.
I won't.
Hello, get here.
No.
So this is... do you know when everyone was making sourdough starters in like the lockdown?
Yes.
I've never done it because I have a fear of sourdough starter because do you know how like it moves and stuff?
It moves, it expands, and like,
I'm scared it's going to turn into a man.
Wasn't that an episode? Do you remember that show Goosebumps? And it's like, and it would be like a different scary story. I swear somebody made they baked a man.
Blaze it.
Not like
Snoop Dogg.
And I'm Martha Stewart. And here's how you can make a delightful candle holder using only some used spliffs. Well, all right then.
So they baked a man. They baked a guy.
As in, like it was like a spell or something where they could bake the perfect man and he comes to life and stuff.
Wow.
And then
did he say anything about me?
He was like, I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the ingredients he used, but I think I've got a thing for Finnish women. And then you kick down the door and go like, hello.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir.
No, that's French. And I'm famous, they won't have that on my podcast.
Well, this character was a Finnish woman.
Right.
Saying something French.
Oh, okay.
Just for a laugh, really. If that's even allowed in 2025. If we're even allowed.
Remains to be seen. We might even be able to release this episode because we've had so many fucking laughs. It's a problem. It is.
I want to tell you something, but this can't be in the pod.
Oh.
So this might not be useful to you.
Hang on. Okay. We'll be right back. And we're back.
And we're back.
Wow, what a juicy nugget you just told me. My goodness.
It was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
That's
Harry Styles. Guess who he's dating? Just starting a new room. That's right, Michelle Obama. Are you guys having fun? Is this fun for you?
No, we are having laughs. Okay. We are having a laugh whilst we still can. Yeah. Whilst we still can. 2020. Do you know what they're saying in 2025? You can't have laughs anymore. Do you know what you've got to have instead? Pronouns.
My pronouns are haha.
My pronouns are tee-hee. Oh, it's good to chuckle. It is. It's nourishing.
Good. It is. It feels good. It feels good. But we shouldn't do too much.
No. Because otherwise those people who came to see us in Bristol will be like, where was that? Why did that happen? Right. Well, we're sucking down a Heineken alcohol-free. Let's talk about your topic.
Yep.
And I can already feel, I'm worried that my Fitbit's going to go off and tell me that I'm experiencing a moment of stress. My heart rate's going to go up because you wanted to talk about moving house. Yeah. Now, is this something have you recently moved?
People won't believe how recent it is. It was 2 days ago.
Really?
I moved house. I finished moving at 5 p.m. on Thursday. At 7 p.m. and I was on a train to Edinburgh.
What were you moving? Is this your own flat? Is it a flat you're sharing? Did you just move into a room?
So we have to move in with the same person into another flat. And I basically realised I live in London for my sins.
God. Never heard of it. Where is it?
It's so funny. Gaslight the whole country. People have never heard of London. Like, do you know that trend on TikTok? Sorry. Where people are ignoring certain celebrities. Have you seen that?
Ignoring them?
So they've decided to ignore Jojo Siwa, so no one's liking her.
What do you mean, ignoring Jojo Siwa? Is she outside the front door?
There's some people on TikTok who have decided it's the funniest thing you can do is ignore a celebrity. So don't like any of their posts.
Oh, you mean like online?
Online. So Kim Kardashian will post and get 23 likes, and the people are finding it so funny. And that's what we should do with London.
just give it any likes.
Just ignore London. Just pretend it's what?
Treat London like Jojo Siwa.
a good impression. Took me by surprise. I didn't know you had it in you.
She stole the character from me.
Another victim to Jojo Siwa.
Another victim. But you know what? Good for her.
Good for her. So I moved. I realized basically that in the last 3.5 years of living in London, I've moved 6 times. This is number 7. Ooh. And I've become call me a freak. I like moving. I like packing. I think it's cinematic.
Like you're imagining like, oh, I look great right now. This will look really good in a moving house montage.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, my fantasy is like, it's never happened. The only reason I want to buy a house, and I mean the only reason I want to buy a house, is because I want to wear overalls, and I want to have one of them undone, and I want to hold a paintbrush. And that's all there's nothing else to it.
Would you start an Instagram account for your new house?
Probably on a burner account. Like I wouldn't say this is Celya AB's house. I'd be like, this is Sam Lake's.
It's like and it actually is just where I live. And Jojo Siwa's found out. And she's outside my front door just going,
this is Jojo Siwa in Sam Lake's flat. Starting a lot of rumours on this pod.
Coming in.
And then it's doing better.
It's actually not a horrible song.
I'll be honest. Number 1 song on Spotify. That's
And then when you're going through Wrapped, you get the message from her because she's your top artist.
She's like, what?
She's like, oh my God, Celya, hey, we're doing it.
I think Jojo Siwa would be like, your number 1 song.
I was really offended that podcasts don't get asked to do messages to their top fans.
Have you been the top podcast?
For some people, yeah.
Well done. Who are those people by names?
I know one of them is not my husband. He does listen to the podcast, but I was not.
Lovely.
I was my 3rd best podcast.
Do you listen? So you listen back to episodes?
Well, sometimes, but I don't do it all the time because I'm here and I am who I am now. But also, and I'm not afraid to be that.
I think any podcast that I've been on, I re-listen back to it just because I want to know that they like. Okay. Do you know how? Okay, let's just say it.
Just say it.
Sometimes you go on a podcast, in the record, you're so funny, there's vibes, everything's happy, you're kissing a bit.
Yeah.
And then when the episode gets released, they've cut out all the funny stuff that you've said, and you just become the laughing woman. So that's why it hasn't happened to me in like maybe 5 years now, but I still check back just to see that they didn't make me just a woman that goes, ha ha ha, that's so funny, you man. Which is how I laugh.
Well, now that you've said that,
no,
I can cut that out and then put that as a reaction to anything that I say. So thank you for that. I really think you brought it on yourself.
Oh no, Claire, what are we gonna do? So I like moving.
So you've moved house quite a few times, and I think that is. When I lived in London, I moved a lot, but not that many. I think I lived in 4 different places.
Yeah, same area, different areas.
No, quite different actually. I went from one end of the city to the other end. There's not ends, are there? No, I mean like I went from
east, west, north.
Right.
What's the last one? South.
So at one point, I know I was definitely in west. But then before that, I was sort of in the middle.
You live in the centre.
For a year, I lived
Palace.
in the centre. I lived in Buckingham Palace. When I was there, it was called Fuckingham Palace. And I was like, do you know what I'm spending the royal family's monies on? Poppers. No, I lived like near the river. I lived near the South Bank.
That's lovely.
It was. Flat had an ant infestation, so, you know, a little column A, a little column B. And then I moved west, and then I moved to the Docklands. And then...
That's crazy. She can't believe it.
You used to live in the dog.
I think we've mentioned this to each other before. Yeah. Used to live in the Docklands, and then I moved to a bit just outside of London called Edinburgh.
And what zone is that?
I think it's actually Zone 4.
Is it Oyster? Is it on Oyster?
I got so confused when I first moved to London and I first had a oyster. Well, I did have a job when I was at uni. I had moved to London for 1 year and then went back to uni and then came back to London. And I forget where I live near the prison.
Were you incarcerated?
No. I lived near it.
Yeah.
Because I was like one of the good ones.
Did you like it? Could you like see into the ward? Is that what it's called?
Into
Yard?
the ward.
Yard?
Oh, the yard, prison yard. No. I'm trying to remember what prison it was. Holloway? That's a prison, right?
Holloway
They've got a prison, Holloway prison. Yeah. Live near there.
I have a lot of friends back there.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's weird to have prisons in city centres? Oh, that's weird for me.
I think anything goes in London, though. That's the thing.
I saw a Pret next to a prison the other day, and I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, on top of Holloway prison, there's a sushi samba now. And it's very exclusive.
I'm going to open a Soho house next to
Yeah.
next to a prison.
It's her house, but you're never allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically, oh my God.
Oh my God, that's literally what Soho House is. Oh. Yeah.
But here's what I like about moving.
Go on.
I love to get rid of stuff.
You like a cleanse. You like a Marie Kondo.
I love a cleanse.
Yeah.
I had a ginger shot just before the podcast. I love getting rid of stuff. I love nostalgia. I like getting to like look back at my box of memories and then deciding which memory makes it onto the next house. And like
the X Factor, like judges' houses.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're looking at like a photo of you bungee jumping in like Barcelona or something and being like, you've done really well to get to this point.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid I can't take you through to the live shows.
Basically, yeah. Like I go, okay, this thing doesn't serve me anymore. Or like stuff from exes and stuff like where...
Yeah.
When I...
Oh, well, from exes, yeah, fair enough.
I keep some stuff from exes. Is that like little, maybe a letter they sent from Holland? Maybe
If it's useful, I don't keep sending. I never
useful.
kept sentiment. I've been with my husband now for it'll be 9 years this year, so I don't have any stuff from any exes left. But before, like I had like a pair of gloves that one of my exes got me, and they were good gloves, and it was cold, so I kept them.
Yeah, of course, because then I think the memory kind of. It's like, have you ever had raclette cheese?
Yes, I've had raclette cheese.
So the smell of raclette cheese, it's like, is the memory that gets attached. Okay, no, I've just worked out. I've just worked out. This analogy is going to take too long to explain.
Okay.
So let's go sans analogy, bit of French for you.
Sans, that means without.
Without, yeah, well
Very similar in Spanish.
Yeah.
So. It is.
This so really made me laugh. Very similar in Spanish, so.
Because I'm learning Spanish.
I know. Señor.
Lago.
Señor. What does obrigado mean? It means something.
That's Portuguese.
What does... Okay, should we do the rest of it in Spanish, actually? Hola. ¿Qué tal?
Muy bien. ¿Y tú, Celia? Ah, bees.
Your Spanish voice is so different.
Does anyone know me?
Your Spanish voice was muy bien.
Because I feel like if I try and speak Spanish in my normal voice, I get a bit too self-conscious.
I get like that in
So
French.
I have to talk much slower. I can only do like... I can only do like the announcer of like a telenovela, like a...
Anteriormente, en los besos y los lágrimas.
I can only do that, or fame or in
I
my.
have never fancied you before this moment.
This is the thing. It gets people too up the runway. You know,
This is a power.
like
You need to be careful with it. You could turn people.
I could turn people. You're that man who had a brain concussion. He woke up gay.
Don't let Chappelle Roan see that. It would end her career.
Los Club del Pink Ponies.
I feel like I've discovered electricity.
Should I just do that? Should I just talk in that voice? Should I have been doing that this whole time? And then maybe I'd be the more famous Sam Lake. Yeah, oh, the one who makes video games or the one that makes me come. Wow. Sorry, you were saying something about moving houses or some shit like that.
I think the sound of you saying the Club de Pink Pony, I think somehow downloaded itself into my brain. And now I can play it. As often as I want, I can play it. The Club de Pink Pony. Oh my God, that's so funny. So I like, there's two things. I like the clearing of stuff.
The clearing of stuff.
The clearing of stuff.
Yeah.
I like, it's like free exercise. Like
It's work. No, for days. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what and also I like I did an end of tenancy clean where you clean the entire flat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Something weird about being like clothed in a shower when cleaning it. Like I cleaned the shower, I scrubbed it for ages, and I was like, that's funny. That would have never happened if I wasn't moving house. Because I've really scrubbed it. We used to have a cleaner. We done this time. So I never was in the shower. So that's all happens on my yacht.
Yeah. On your. So you clean the shower fully clothed, but then you clean the rest of the house completely naked.
Yeah. No, I do a Daffy Duck. Just a t-shirt and socks.
And a nice chapeau.
Yeah, I'm a Chappelle Roan.
A chapeau roan. Yeah.
I'm very sentimental about places and memories and stuff. And I kind of, do you know, having like so many memories in one place and then leaving that, I think it feels really nice. Like I love a fresh start.
You love a fresh start.
Love a fresh start.
Because you commit so many crimes. Because you do so much cocaine. That is actually quite nice a way to think of it. My husband and his family, they like moved out of the family home that they grew up in, I remember. And all the kids went back, well, just my husband and his sister, there's just two kids. They went there to go and like collect all of their stuff. And they said it was like weird seeing the house empty, but apparently something that like helps you get through it is you go into each room and you say thank you to the room.
I did that.
Do you do that?
I didn't think I would do it, and then it just came out. Like I was just kind of like, thank you. And I used to be such a cynic about anything that would make me feel better.
If it's good for you, no.
Yeah. Like I actually think it's such a valid thing. I've been really into gratitude the last couple of years. And I think that you wouldn't know if you did.
Because you're such a horrible man.
Yeah, because I'm such a cunt. But I'm very grateful for all the stuff allowing me to be that. I'm really into showing gratitude for the stuff that you've got and the times that you've spent in a place and stuff. It's very. I can tell you guys are not into it, but I really think that it's...
No, I'm with you. I think it's a nice thing to be able to... Sometimes if I'm going around for a walk of the park, live near a park, sometimes I'll go for a walk around the park and I'll have a moment where I'll go like... I'm sort of doing all right. Yeah. Very grateful for the existence I have.
I went for a walk today where I was like, I'm grateful to be able to walk... do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because also I should say I sprained my ankle 2 weeks ago and I couldn't walk for 3 days.
Oh right, okay, makes more sense now.
And I was like, no, but I was like, I'm grateful I can go and it was really slippery actually. And I was like, I'm grateful I get to like walk and see all these things. This isn't a mental health podcast, but I think it's fine for men to talk about that sort of stuff. I think male mental
Then
health.
the lean into me. Talk about something you're grateful for.
Have you ever had two guests record on the same
I don't think we have.
Bonnie and Cher?
Because we've got two. So they tend to use it.
Are you guys having fun? I never...
Yes, everyone's showing gratitude.
I know that it's not at all as like, I know that Scotland and England and the UK generally don't really like the show to think about.
It's a British thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I really think that it makes, I think everybody would be happier.
You're only sort of allowed to express emotion if you're watching, I don't know, Gavin and Stacey.
I think that's, I saw James Corden in a Pret the other day.
Did you?
Nice guy, actually. Nice guy. Sandwich and a banana.
Do you have a bit of powdered sugar under his nose? Allegedly.
He seemed nice.
The thing is, though, I'm not going to judge someone.
Yes, I gave him my number.
Even if somebody like stabs someone at a Pret, I'd be like, yeah, a Pret. Even we all want the sandwich. We all want the little pasta pot. We all want our little porridge. We all want our little almond croissant. It's not a pleasurable experience for anybody.
No.
People don't like going in. They're not happy until they've left. People don't like working there. They hate everyone who comes in.
I will say that the day I found out that you can get free stuff at Pret and that it's like part of their, they can give stuff for free. They have,
Yeah.
I've never felt like more betrayed in my life because I thought I was special. And
No, they just get told they can do it like a couple times a day. I know. The first time where I got like where I ordered my coffee and then you're just like, just have it. It's on me.
I've journaled about that stuff.
I thought they were coming on to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a few times where like I would, if I've been given like a free filter coffee, or not even a great one, a free filter coffee,
Oh, right, okay.
and then I would leave like, oh my god,
Am I about to get scouted? I guess I could be on the cover of Vogue. There's no reason I couldn't be.
Do you know once someone told me I was walking down, I forgot about it.
We get it. You can walk.
No, I was walking down the street and this guy said, "Oh, I love your walk." And I said, "Thank you." And he said, "Do you play football?"
When you say you were going for a walk, did you walk onto a pitch? Did you walk onto a match? Be like, oh, how funny. All 11 of those men are all wearing the same thing. I bet they feel embarrassed. Oh my God, it's happening this side as well.
Do you know who I feel sorry for in football? Was that a sentence? Did I say it right? Okay.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't. Yeah, here's who I feel sorry in football. The people who are, what they call the refs, these guys.
Yeah.
It must be so hard not to bump into everybody. Do you ever think about that? Do you ever think... Do you know what I mean? Like... like try and walk on Piccadilly Circus without bumping into anyone. This guy is doing it. Everyone's running around. Everyone's tall and muscly.
It was the way you said it.
Everybody.
No. The way you said it. Oh, it must be so hard to not just bump into everybody. Right, well, I think that sort of sums up everything there is to say about moving houses.
I think there's nothing else to it, actually. I think people moving houses are going to listen to this for advice for the next move.
Do you know what? You could put this podcast on if you're about to move house and then have it on in the background as you're there in your overalls holding the paintbrush and just like thinking...
Holding your free
Holding your
coffee.
free filter coffee from Pret.
Grateful to walk.
Yeah, grateful that you have the ability to walk.
Yeah,
And
just all of this, man. That's all it's about.
That's what it's all about.
That's all this podcast is about.
It is. This podcast, every new episode, we look at it as a completely fresh start.
Is this the end? You're very drunk, you know.
I am. I'm so hammered. Is
that another picture of your husband?
That's my husband.
That's it. What? 1, 2.
Oh, it's not the one of the ones on my
So
t-shirt.
there's 6 pictures of your husband on you.
You can see this. I won't show this to camera, but it was a special photo so that when I press the little thumbprints around it, it's like I boop him on the nose. Yeah.
Do you know what's funny?
I know your feelings towards people of my community. That's why there's not a camera on you, Claire. All right?
We can't give you a platform, Claire.
Yeah. Right. We've got one last bit of the pod.
Papadums.
Have you done off menu?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you choose poppadoms?
No, I chose bread, and I chose. I didn't have a main. That was the crazy thing. Listen back to the episode. It's a roller coaster.
We listened to it in the car. We love a bit of off menu.
I love that podcast. God, I wish this was off menu.
Well, it's not.
I'm joking. This is so much better.
Yeah?
Yeah. Listen, I've had so...
Is it because neither Ed Gamble nor James Acaster made you this horny?
Can you say it again? The club. It's not even... Do you know what it is? It's not even horn. It's more like... It's so magical what you've done with that voice. I just was not expecting it at all. I think this should be...
Because it's such a contrast to my normal voice.
You should start the podcast. This should be your intro for every podcast. Amigo del podcast de San Lake.
That was really racist what you just said.
I'm actually half Spanish, so you're fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What half?
Up there.
Okay, yeah.
I left it at home.
Right, the last section of the podcast.
We'll
Well, no,
all of
you
this.
can't look. Secrets. Okay. The last part of the podcast is called Quickfire Feelings, which is with every guest.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 random things. I just want to know how they make you feel.
Okay.
Just off the top of your head. Doesn't have to be one word answer, but just very quickly how they make you feel.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
The first thing is dark chocolate.
Love it. 70% good, 80% not good, 85 good again, weirdly.
Interesting.
No, actually 85, because then it becomes medication.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever had 100?
100? No, I hope one day.
How do you feel about TV personality Ben Shepherd?
I don't know who that is.
He hosts the show Tipping Point.
Is that the one where they're on a...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about him. I pass. Nice guy?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. How do you feel about garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes. Okay. 1, cute. 2, cute. 3, creepy. 5 and over. Call the police.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Something's happening. Someone's fucking...
All right. How do you feel about a Play-Doh barbershop?
Oh, that's so cute. Did
Yeah.
you make that with your head?
What?
Wait, a Play-Doh
What?
barbershop. Is
Like
it
the
like
toy, a Play-Doh barbershop.
But
Where
like...
you press down on stuff and it makes the Play-Doh come out of the people's head. It's not something I invented. Did you make that with your head?
I love it.
Did you make that with your head?
I really like it. I don't know
Yeah?
what... I'm not... The way you describe it, 10 out of 10.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
just said what it was. Finally, how do you feel about the owl from Duolingo telling me to learn Spanish or he'll kill me?
My feelings is that owl, I think, manipulates people emotionally sometimes.
Yeah.
I remember an ex of mine was learning French, and the owl would, it would start crying into its helmet,
It cries, yeah.
and then try to kill itself.
And
But
if you don't log in for a couple of days, we're like, I'm really worried about you.
it's fun.
I haven't heard from you in days.
Like I think it's so. There should be a way to learn languages without guilt tripping.
Without the guilt, yeah.
People should learn languages the way I did it. Watch Scrubs. That's what you should do.
That's how you learnt Finnish?
See.
Lovely.
This is a lovely podcast, It's very clever.
It's very cerebral.
It's very cerebral.
Like, you've got to use your heads. Mm-hmm. Get the Play-Doh out of there. Leave that in the barbershop. Maybe some ideas come out. Have you had a nice time?
I had a lovely time. Have you?
I've had a lovely time.
Yeah. Have you had a lovely time, Claire? Had a lovely time?
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely. Good.
lovely
We stick around for the bonus.
Yeah.
We do a little bonus thing just for our lovely supporters. We'll do a little bit of extra. So if you're listening to the end of this, go listen to the bonus thing now. If you're supportive, if you're not supportive, you can look at the things below and it will tell you how to do it. Is there anything you'd like to plug for our listeners?
Yeah, I'm going on tour.
She's on tour.
I'm on tour. I've got dates in all across the UK. Some dates in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Newcastle, Brighton, Bristol. You just go on Celya-AB.com.
I'll be there. I'm supporting you.
Yeah, of course. Did you say yes?
Yes.
Sam will be supporting.
I'm pretty sure I said yes. I'll check my email.
Sam is supporting in all the Scottish dates, and I think Newcastle.
I feel like Newcastle as well.
Yeah.
Just because it's there.
And Sam will be there.
And I'll be there for some of it. So that would be nice.
Mm-hmm. So if you're just interested in Sam, you could just come for the first 20 minutes.
But then legally, you have to stay for something.
You have to stay.
Unfortunately.
Well, actually, my ideal scenario is for my career, sold out shows, no one shows up.
Great. That's how... Oh, no, I won't ruin it in case you haven't seen it.
Okay, so I am on tour.
Yeah.
I'm on all the apps. If you wanted to follow me.
She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok.
She's on
Uber
Spotify.
Eats. She's on that app that gives you your COVID passport. You don't need it anymore, but she's on it.
She's on Seat Frog. She's on...
Lovely. Great.
Lovely.
Well, they can follow you there. We'll link it below as well. Oh, I'm on tour when this comes out. I'm on tour. And also I am recording a special here at Monkey Barrel on the 12th of March. Please come along and watch it live and be there.
It's a great show.
Thank you very much. And she's saying that after only the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what happens
The first
in the other 45.
15.
So good. Yeah. Takes a huge downwards turn.
Minute 16.
You can follow the pod and watch all the juicy little clips that I've had a Rosé. Until then, we'll see you again for another episode very soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.